Welcome to the SpellCast.
Say hey, we're back.
Are we?
Yes, we are recording.
Oh, there's the light.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, it is. The mic is quite closer. We have a guest today. Please introduce yourself.
Hello. My name is Braeden. I'm the guest.
He's a friend of mine, a good friend of mine. We've done a couple of shows together.
We have. Yes,
and
we have.
he listens to the show a little bit, and I've asked him to come on to help these two that we have at an intercession today not die.
I hope this is a good...
because we're likely to die.
I hope this is a good podcasting voice. I've been working on it.
That's pretty
silky, smooth.
Yeah. I probably will just talk like this.
No, it's whatever.
No, do the other one.
I have like 3 different accents that I rotate between depending on my mood and whether or not I remember to have an accent.
No, that's true.
Fair enough.
Let me see. Okay, so when we last left off with Ront and Halexan and others, I believe y'all had taken care of a lot of business. I don't know if y'all had anything else to do, and it was like early mid-afternoon on the day that you were scheduled to go into the Undercellar.
Yeah.
Is there anything you need to take care of before then?
Buddy, honestly, I don't remember a goddamn.
Yeah,
I remember getting gripped like very tightly by people.
Oh yeah, that's
who
right.
I just met because they didn't know that they just met me.
Oh yes, well this is a good segue. This is a good segue. Frank, Mr. Frank, not your fucking business.
Yes, Mister, not your fucking
of the Baldur's Gate, not your fucking businesses. I said he was going to find someone to go down with y'all to help out.
Possibly,
because of the importance of missing persons who need to be found.
Yeah.
Where are you guys? Where are you guys? Would you like to
I went to talk to them. So either I'm still there or I came back.
Okay. I think it would take...
I have no reason not to be there. Like, I have nothing else to do, so...
Okay.
You just, like...
Yeah. So he's... Frank has sat you down in the Undercellar bar to listen to some nice jazz, and
there's
also...
jazz?
Yes, there's jazz. There's little gnome jazz. Gnomish jazz.
Anyone tell me?
Yeah, just gnomish jazz. It's basically like a jazz lounge. I've decided. A very Art Deco style jazz lounge.
Is it the one where he fucking wrote up the vampire characters?
Sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's it exactly. I forgot. Not Amity Hall. What's the name of that place?
I don't remember.
Something Nickel.
It's like right next to it.
God, yeah, I forgot.
Fix it in post.
Yeah, fixing the post.
Will we?
No,
of course not.
Of course not. You guys sit down there with peach bellinis in front of you in one of those nice, circular lounge couches that sort of are in little alcoves against the wall. He makes sure to not overdo the peach bellinis, so you don't go into a drunken stupor to your deaths in a dungeon, because that would be bad and counterproductive to what they want to do.
I'll have an orange juice.
Have an orange juice. There you go. Frank provides orange juice made fresh from
That he spikes heavily.
I mean, it's probably important to remember that we may look older, but you were, what, 16?
I have a constitution bonus of 1.
Not what I meant.
So, down into the Undercellar, down the stairs, and into the magical sort of field which keeps the music from pouring out onto the street, walks a new character who you haven't seen enter the bar.
A stranger?
A stranger? A strange folk abroad. And Braeden, please introduce your character for us. What do they look like?
Sure. So, in front of you, you see a Aarakocra.
Bird people.
Yes, bird people.
Bird people fly like the wind.
Yes, absolutely. So yes, you see a Birdman, Mr. Larry Birdman.
Are you fucking kidding?
No, that's not his name.
I fucking
Come on.
No, I would have taken it.
Come on,
I would
that's
have
not
fucking
his name.
taken it.
You'll find out his name when he speaks to you.
Okay.
But yeah, so in front of you, you see an Aarakocra, what you can assume is a male version of an Aarakocra. He is all black. Okay, he is black feathers, black beak, black eyes. Even his talons and his hands and his feet are completely pitch black. He is dressed in what appears to be a long leather trench coat. Underneath, he is very well dressed with a vest and pantaloons that cut off
the Matrix.
that cut off right above where his foot begins. One thing that you do notice about him is his left eye. The area around his left eye is stark white. It's completely white, and you can see from his iris is completely red. But everything else about him is full black. You can see that he has a bandana tied around his head, and it seems to be he's almost walking with a limp. Whether it's because he's actually limping or because he thinks it makes him look tough, you're not sure.
Nice.
But it's important.
I buy it.
It's important to know that we have that instinct.
Yes.
I do not.
But yes,
The illusion works.
But yes, that is the person that you see walking towards you.
Towards us, deliberately.
A gentleman, older, balding, steps out from behind the bar daintily, and I am with delicate, I guess, cloth technique, drawing a coupe glass that one would usually find champagne in, I would guess. Drawing a coupe glass, he walks up to you and says, "Hey, see those two, the half-orc and the pointy dude over in the alcove?
Aye.
They'll be the ones you'll be guiding tonight. Remember, they see nothing."
Aye.
Right. Thanks, chum, old buddy, old pal. And he walks back behind the bar.
His name has not yet been revealed.
So we're talking about the magic rock.
Oh, are we? Sure. That's great. It's a great conversation. I love that conversation.
And I've been wondering if I throw a magic blast at it, will it fireball me in the face again? Because for something so random, it's actually quite predictable.
Aye. You oafs.
Yeah.
I'm looking around to see if he's talking to somebody else.
It's
us. It's us.
Oh, yes. Hello, we're the elves.
Yes, you bilge rats. I believe I shall be accompanying you to the Undercellar.
The guide!
We'll take any help we can get.
Aye.
Yes, we really need it.
By the looks of ye, I don't doubt it.
I'm kind of like, I'm looking like into my cup, like at my reflection, just like trying to gauge my, like I put on a tough face. No, that doesn't work.
What be ye names?
Halexan Wynalder. And I reach out a hand and like, do you actually have like hands, or is it?
Aarakocra is supposed to have hands.
Yeah, I have wings and I have hands.
Gotcha.
It'd be really
You can't
awkward.
see the wings though,
Gotcha.
because I am wearing a coat.
I mean, I'd love to play an Aarakocra like ranger that uses a bow that doesn't have hands and has to use their feet.
So that was good.
I more or less look like this.
Ha! Perfect.
Spidey and spiky.
Yeah, no, he just like looks at your hand. He just doesn't touch it.
Nice to meet you. And I pull my hand back.
Yeah, I'm Ront. I've been liaising with the lovely people of this establishment for a little bit, and it looks like. How much have you been told about tonight's endeavor?
Enough. Enough.
I'll trust that.
Sounds good.
You can call me Kaw. Captain.
Captain Kaw?
Captain Bach Kaw.
I need a moment.
I guess he's gonna. I think he has to use the bathroom. That's fine. And audience, that was Pierre losing his mind. We'll be right back after these messages.
Messages.
All right.
So do you prefer Captain? Captain Bach? Captain Kaw? Captain Bach Kaw?
Captain Kaw.
Captain Kaw.
Kaw.
Hold on.
Bach. Whatever suits you.
I'll probably try them all out until I find one that I like.
Fair.
Is that a title for military service or naval service or just what you are around here?
If you're asking what me background be, I'm a pirate. It's very simple.
So
A pirate.
naval conquest.
Indeed. The one boat I've been on was the one that took us to fucking... What was the name of the island?
Dino Island.
Was it actually called fucking Dino
No.
Island?
I don't. I think maybe if the lizard folk ever gave you the name, which I think they might have given you in like just standard conversation, Sornacar Island.
Sornacar Island.
Yeah, Ron would remember. I don't.
or if Spanish would have existed, Isla Sornacar.
Okay. Yep.
And
Yep.
That's the reference.
Oh,
Oh wait, yeah, this is
Yeah. Isla Sorna.
Mulio and Tegel. Was it?
Yep. Mulian Tegal. Yes.
I can't believe that smacked me in the face like a year late. Okay.
So, it is floating around game time and also real time, 7:38 p.m.
Oh wow. Just roundabout.
Roundabout. You know,
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. We're actually doing it live.
Second episode 24.
The appointed entry time for the bathroom queue, as Ront has discovered, is 8 p.m. Thus starts your restroom time. So it's getting close to that. You guys can have whatever conversation plans, whatever you guys know about what you know about the Undercellar with Captain Bach Kaw, if you so wish. Whatever you want to share.
I'll bite. I take it that there's much about your trade and craft that you endeavor to keep hidden from interlopers like ourselves, but is there anything that we can know? We'd like to be able to leave with, legs and other bodily organs unpunctured, etc.
Well, honestly, despite my rough exterior, I'm a bit of an open book. Started pirating at the age of 3.
How long do Aarakocrans live?
Aarakocrans, they reach maturity at 3, and they only live about 30 years.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Started pirating at the age of 3. My dad is the captain of our ship. And,
when he passed, rest his soul.
I'll stiffly mimic.
When he passed, I ended up taking over the pride and joy of my life. The dragon's hide.
Is it actually crafted from dragon's hide?
No, it's just a name. But they say the dragon's hide is the toughest part of the dragon.
That is true. Which is why it'd be really cool if your ship were actually crafted from dragon's hide.
'Twas not dragon's hide. Dare not float.
It doesn't?
It's fucking leather. Would you want a whole boat made of leather in water?
I mean, you could reinforce it with a wooden skeleton, but like, come on!
Alright, Mr. Artificer, we'll get on it.
Exactly!
There you go.
Also, like,
Fucking Monster Hunter the shit out of this,
can I touch your
Pierre.
book?
This is fucking... Oh yeah, right. Yeah, the idea of a
Dragon hide boat.
is going to consume Ront for a couple weeks. He will actually legitimately seek Captain Kaw out again once he gets it figured out.
But so after my dad passed, I took over the dragon's hide, and well, about 5 years later, mutiny unfortunately struck. Granted, there were only about 3 other crewmen, deckmen, seamen.
Still 3 against 1.
Aye. But here I stand. I came out on top. But I have been flying solo for quite a while now, wanting to find a new crew and wanting to find that sense of home.
Well, I mean, at least for the next, how many hours was it? We have a crew of 2.
3.
Actually,
8 hours.
8 hours, yes.
8.
And where's the speaking which? Where's Conall?
You ask me that all the time, and I don't understand how you expect me to know even a little bit. Maybe he's brainstorming with Jadenko
Yeah!
and getting really caught up and distracted and...
I mean, we don't necessarily need to know what he's doing.
No,
That's
but
true.
we don't.
Yeah.
No.
We don't, but they do.
Not yet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true.
But like,
Or something else.
yeah, we will actually fix it in post.
Literally. Fix it in post.
Hey folks, just to let you know that we will definitely have an answer to what happened to Conall. It all really depends on when next we are able to have Gerald in for a session, and I guess we'll all find out together. I'm not gonna reveal what plans I might have for that right now, but we'll discover as we go along. So I'm gonna let you guys get back to the episode. By the way, hello everyone from PAX. I'm just doing a little work on this episode while I'm over here. By the time this gets out, PAX will be over, but everyone I was able to meet at PAX. Nice to see you all, and here we go. We're gonna let you get back. Bye-bye.
Wait, so Captain, did they make off with the hide?
Well, the short answer to that is no. Of course not. I killed them. It's my fucking boat.
The answer was not clear. It was not. The question did bear asking.
I said that it was 3 against 1, and yet here I stand.
He didn't say he came out on top.
Okay.
They would have killed me. I would have died.
You could have ran away.
Boats, water, swimming, drifting,
Flying.
flying.
I haven't seen wings yet. I don't know anything.
Oh,
about
it's true.
him.
Well,
For all I know, like
fair enough.
he's older than us and has been pirating for like several decades.
Everyone is older than us.
To put it into perspective, Bach Kaw is about he's about 11 or 12, but in Aarakocra years, that's around like 50.
Yeah.
He's almost halfway through his life.
I'm gonna get a stool. Wait.
Yeah, so he's
Let me get my stool.
So he's about halfway through his life. But
There it is.
so yeah, he says, of course not. That was my fucking boat. But so, I understand that the place that we're going is not the safest, right?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard it's very unsafe, and in fact, that's part of the reason why we.
Well, okay, so there are two things, right? We've been told over and over again that the Undercellar, in general, is not safe because of a spate of disappearances and various, disruptions to your business and trade. But that has not been made. The exact cause or reason of that has not exactly been made clear. We figure it might be related to our current target.
Right.
The target of our endeavor this evening. Well, shit. What are we? We had like two things we were gonna do.
So there's
And in walks Thiathel.
Oh,
Hi, Thiathel. 3. You have 3 crew mates
crew
for this
men.
endeavor that does not happen on the boat.
Aye, seaman.
Yes, 3 seated.
Good morning.
Is it morning?
No.
Is it always morning for elves?
It's always morning for me.
There you go.
Whenever I wake up, it's morning.
Elves sleep.
They
No.
trance.
Whenever I wake up. Well, what would be the appropriate word? Not wake up. Whenever I descend.
When you become conscious again. Conscious.
When I regain come to. I regain consciousness. It's always this morning.
So you physically see Bach Kaw like straighten up, and like he leans back in a very deep bow, and that leg that you saw limping is holding him up fairly well right now.
I do not notice this.
He says, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, young lass. My name is Captain Bach Kaw. You may call me Bach.
Pleasure to meet you.
He's
Who is this person?
he's our guide.
Oh!
I will be your guide in the Undercellar.
He's an Aarakocran.
Where are we going?
Completely black, like chrome black, right?
Whoa!
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm
Except-
completely black. Except there's one area around my. Did I say left or right? I fucking forgot. I think I said left
It'd be funny
too.
if it kept changing.
Except I'm completely pitch black. Even my hands and feet are completely pitch black. But
Yes.
the area around my eye is stark white,
Oh.
and my left eye is completely red.
See, before you said the red bit, I was like, oh, sort of like those like
Right, what
catchy
Aarakocra
dog
is a bird.
things, and then the red happened. And I was
I'm a
like,
bird.
oh, we're Naruto now.
What the fuck? No, it's fine. It's fine. Nah, I'm not an Uchiha.
If you go Naruto run at least once.
I don't have the fucking shotgun. Like, come on now.
Oh my god.
Well, at the very least, I got you to indirectly prove your cred. So
No,
there you go.
absolutely. I am a weeb, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, kids. It's okay to be a weeb.
It's okay to like what you like. Is it Boruto's dad? He's not a good dad.
Fair enough.
Okay, so Thiathel.
In my notes, I have written Bernadette Sue Higginbothom, bitch at church.
How lucky for you, this has everything to do with the dungeon tonight.
Great.
Oh my god!
That's the best note I've ever.
You should just print that on business cards and send that out.
Bitch at church.
Okay, so here's the thing. We have two things, and one of them was sort of important, and the other one was significantly more important, and then the other one became very, very more important. So are we doing that one first?
Is that the one where we rescue your
Yes.
friend? Yeah, of course.
Okay. We also have to figure out what's going on with the sewage in the city,
Yeah.
but
That's true.
we're gonna sort this out first.
Question: how far away is the election? Is it the election or
Is it tomorrow or the day
It's
after
on
tomorrow?
Tuesday,
What's
so
today?
Sunday, fun day, Monday, one day,
Monday,
Tuesday. So
Before
4
election.
days away.
When is 2 day?
Right now.
No. There is no 2 day because
It's Tuesday.
there's 7 days, right?
There aren't 7 days. There are 10 days.
Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Sunday, fun day.
Uh-huh.
One fun day. One day.
Isn't it Monday?
Yes,
one
it
day?
is. You're right. Fun day, Monday. One day.
Uh huh.
Tuesday, threes day. So fun day, one day, and threes day.
what about second?
Okay.
Oh, that cease.
It's Monday, one day, Tuesday, not Monday, one day, 2 day, Tuesday.
Yes. No, because I will get so
And then
confused
something will
between
be-
saying today and today.
No, everybody just says now. Nowadays.
I don't think he knows about. I don't think he knows about 11 seasons.
So are we waiting on any more guests or is it time to go?
I think that's it.
I don't think our ranger is going to show.
I spit on the Rangers.
Well, it's a good thing he's not here then.
I mean,
I'd spit on them anyways. Not in front of you.
He would just be like, alright.
Gerald has work.
Not
He
in
has
front
seen
of you,
worse.
of course.
He has seen worse in church.
Yes. As we've established. If that's not the title of this, I'll be pissed.
What?
Mary Sue Higginbothom.
That's church.
Here's your card. Here's your sign.
There it is. Well, we found it.
Take your net.
I suppose. Is it almost time? Like
It's
What time is it?
now. It's 7:54 p.m.
PM.
in game and now.
I think the
So
our bathroom time starts at 8.
yes, legitimately yes, in game and also
So
I guess
we've
now.
heard.
It's very expensive here. But yes, we should. I think start heading that.
Do we have everything? I know that Conall has all the
Conall
potions.
has the healing potions. Otherwise, yes.
Wait, I think I have something. Hang on. Nope, I'm sorry. I have a stone speaker crystal.
Oh, nice. I don't know what that does, but that sounds nice.
I think stone speaker. Oh wait, is that I don't know. What? I don't know what.
I think it was something that I got one time.
That makes sense. You got it.
Oh! I got it at Candlekeep.
Oh, it's
I was
something
given a
she's
shiny rock.
Oh yeah.
Something she's had.
Something I've had since the beginning.
I don't.
Yeah, right. That's
Yeah,
something.
that's what brought me to the adventure.
Yeah, that's right. Something.
But yeah, I was asking if there's anything about the dangers under there that we should know about, or if it's just all the fucking place we're actually going to go. Like the facility, the church, the thing.
Oh, Captain Bach Kaw. I did have one question. Do you have any idea if this... So one of the things we have to go down there to check out is a blockage in the sewer that's apparently preventing adequate flow.
Just for reference, you have heard rumor through the town about this. This has to do with something your superiors have discussed with you.
I was just wondering, is that an actual blockage or is it a metaphor? Because this is really bothering me.
He's all backed up about it.
Yes.
Have I been down there?
You have been down there only in the guild portion of Undercellar. You haven't.
I haven't explored.
You haven't explored because the Thieves Guild has also put a moratorium on going anywhere other than using the Undercellar for travel, other than approved held territory. So I would say no. You haven't been down there to check out.
Honestly, boy, no. I'm not sure whether it be a metaphor or a true. What do the young ones say nowadays? A true stinkeroo.
So we have to find out if it's stinkeroo. Okay.
So Captain Bach Kaw, that's not to say you don't know where things are in the Undercellar. You just don't know what's in the things where they are.
Right. For sure.
At this point in time.
I have a pretty good overall understanding of it.
Yes.
What is exactly there? Not 100%.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
Fair enough.
Oh shit. Okay, you go. Go. You said
Oh, the only other question is, what are we doing for light sources?
touching all of the sewer.
I have the intelligence to think of this, but not the wisdom to have thought of it before.
Rubbing filthy hands on filthy sewer the whole way.
I can see in the dark. I have dark vision.
There you go.
So I can see in the dark.
Is it?
Yeah, who all does have dark vision here?
Not it.
I do.
You do.
I'm pretty sure not it.
But like,
I lied. I know nothing about mechanics.
Okay.
You should.
So
I don't, but I do have dancing lights as a cantrip.
Oh, there we go.
I do have that.
wait, dancing lights the cantrip or light the cantrip?
dancing lights.
Those.
Dancing lights is the cantrip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, right.
Okay.
It's just like they do slightly.
It doesn't last as long.
Yeah.
But it's cantrip, so
No,
you can cast.
it's more like the range of the light and what
right,
exactly
right.
you
That's
can
okay.
do
That's
with it.
6, isn't it?
That's actually
3 or 6, something like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was like 4.
I think that's ideal because if dancing lights is dimmer, then that still helps us with dark vision, but it also isn't as like.
If it's 4, we can get one of them like floating around us like Navi.
Yeah.
I think and I think also you can choose the creatures that are affected by like what the dancing light spell does.
Yeah.
I think you can choose whether or not they're affected by that. So I think that's fine. I'll allow that at any rate.
I have Firebolt as a cantrip.
Yeah,
so if we need to
so-
light anything on fire, let a bitch know.
So you create 4 torch-sized lights within range, making them appear as torches, lanterns, and glowing orbs that hover in the air for the duration.
Nice.
We each get a Navi!
Whichever form you choose, each light sheds dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Excellent.
I mean, like,
I mean that's
Can you conglomerate them together to make a brighter light?
I don't think so.
Ah.
No, you can't do that.
Dim light allows us to see, with those of us with dark vision, to see.
I will allow that at the expense of, them being localized.
Yeah.
I will allow you to bring them together as an action while you're concentrating on the spell.
Sure.
So you'll have to hold concentration. I don't know if it requires concentration
It
anyway.
does, it does.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there you go. You'll have to hold concentration and use an action to move them
How far should we
together.
see
So I'll allow, and that will extend their total radius to 30 feet of dim light.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that's fair.
So it's usually 60 feet, and then it's usually, if it's dim light, you can see as if it were bright, and if it's dark light, you can see as if it were dim, and if it's like pitch, then you can only
like,
see.
magical darkness. I think.
So one of us should
then
go
you
in
can
front,
then you can
one
see
should
like
go back.
grays
If it's pitch
technically,
black, yeah, some
but like
weird gray
very
scale.
little. It's weird.
Yeah.
But like depending on the race, some people have more, some people have less. It's usually less,
Usually.
or like usually shittier. It's weird.
Perfect.
This is where we're going.
Ish.
Check. Where are we starting?
You are currently
In the
on number
mousetrap.
1.
1? Oh, Jesus.
That's where the bar is. Now, again, I will reiterate this not only for you guys, but also for our audience members.
Hi.
The distances between some of these numbers are condensed on that map.
Does the audience even have access to the map?
No. Well, I mean, I
Can you
can
post a
give
link?
it to them. You know what? I should post a link.
Yeah, you should.
I should, and I should reference the artist that whose map I am using for this.
Support local business.
Yeah, there you go. And so yeah, I'll post a map and with the numbers and everything, so people can follow along. So again, that map is condensed. It technically represents a larger portion of the Undercellar than what
Is indicated here.
Is indicated there.
Okay.
So it's like a hand scrawled.
Yeah, and it's like a weird map of the world that is not to scale.
Okay. So I assume 3 is where we would enter the Undercellar.
Yes,
right?
3 is where 3. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, and 28. You have technically been in before.
I've only been in one of them.
Yes.
28. So 28 is where we.
Even though everybody here,
Where the desk was, where Nine Finger Schemes held her little meeting.
Everybody here except the boss thinks I've been here.
Yes.
Yes.
So, first question then is, refresh me. Where was it that we thought that Riverstone was?
Yeah, where do you guys think she is?
Okay,
It was
so
towards the west, right?
The Damp Nut Manor lines up with 18.
Okay.
The church lines up with 30, and that area up to 33. And Blackheart Manor lines up with 11, 12, and 13. So our big brain moment was like, hey, you could, theoretically, if these things are connected, get between all of those places
Right.
without having to be above ground. Which is fine for law-abiding citizens, I guess. Question mark,
Upstanding
exclamation point.
citizens who can do no wrong.
Upstanding citizens who can do no wrong.
Okay. So what do we want to do here? Do we want to hit up?
We believe that she is being held in the church. Why? I don't remember, but that's why.
I'm suddenly having just a gut feeling that she might be held by the Black Hearts. But I don't know why.
It would be sort of really yikes if they were to be suddenly...
All we know is that she went into the Undercellar and then she disappeared. So it could have been any of the elements that we're worried about.
We don't have a link between the Damp Nut campaign and the Black Hearts.
We do have a link between the church and the Black Hearts in the pink goo.
What? Oh.
Why do we think that? We know that she's being potentially held by Damp Nut because
We were threatened by Taltana.
Yes.
Sultana Sombra.
I'm gonna try my damnedest to not call her the other thing.
So do we think that was a threat?
Trelawney Mump.
Which is just great. That's so great.
She made me feel
Watch out!
I know. I'm just trying to. This thing is making a lot of noise.
Yeah, fair enough. Trelawney Mump, who, of no coincidence at all, actually does sleep in a separate bed than Tweedery Dampnut.
LOL.
LOL.
They're not married here.
No, they're not. No, of course.
She's a secretary.
Yeah, essentially.
Slash the general princess queen of some fucking place I don't know, question mark?
Who
She was
super doesn't have any interest in what's going on in Baldur's Gate.
Alright, so do we want to check out underneath the church first and then work our way
I
towards
believe
Blackheart Manor?
I have a question about something. So, I have as a trait, was it portent? Whatever?
Portents.
Portents, yeah. So I rolled 2 d20s. Do I? Is it 2 numbers that I get?
Yes.
Or do I just pick the highest one?
Oh.
I believe,
I think
and
it
it could be correct. Correct me, Pierre. I believe you might know this.
I don't
if you have
know
the book. There's also the book sitting somewhere in there.
I'm looking for
but
the thing.
I think you rolled 2 d20s.
Record the numbers, and you can replace any attack roll, saving throw, ability check by you and other before the throw. But I don't know if I have to pick one.
No,
or if I get 2.
you have 2.
I get 2.
You get
Nice.
2.
I believe
And
Fantastic.
so
I rolled a 19
okay,
and
so
11.
okay, so there you go. So how that works is, like it said, You replace any of those 3 things from anyone, and that includes creatures that I control.
Oh.
So.
Oh, good to know.
Exactly. So if I roll something and I'm like, oh well, they passed, you can be like, oh wait, no, they actually rolled an 11. There you go.
Is it 11 after modifiers? Or
it's 11 before.
Right.
I think so. Which could be good, could be bad, depending.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. It's just if you're trying to screw someone up, it's.
I should write that though before mod.
I mean, and again, if someone here rolls like really low, and if you think 11 is a bit too high to counteract something that I might do, you could just give them the 11, which is a good roll with what bonuses you guys have in most certain circumstances.
Can it be a death saving throw or just saving throw?
That
would be great.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Great.
So.
So. Like it is exactly as you said. It's you get two numbers. You can only do 1 per turn.
Yeah.
And you can only use each one once.
Yes. And then it's once. I can only do it after a long rest, which I'm assuming I've long rested.
Oh yeah. 100%.
And once you long rest, you lose the ones that haven't been used.
Yeah.
You can't just bank like a bill. Like imagine
banking all the
Holy
20s.
shit.
just like a divination wizard just chilling out for like 8 months.
My time has come.
Banking all the numbers.
It's just like
I had it written and
I've
it was
seen
erased.
every future.
Stephen Hawking.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Literally every fight she does the Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
The one.
There are 10 million.
But like in his pockets, he's like, yeah, it's fine.
million
I got you.
million particles in the universe that we have observed. Your mama took the ugly ones and put them into one nerd.
I've never.
That's an early epic rap battle.
Wow.
My God, what was that, season 1?
Yeah.
Damn.
Stephen Hawking.
Damn.
Yeah. There's a little white usher here. Show me those seats.
Okay, so
So dungeon time.
we're eventually we want to go to 30 is where we want to eventually make our way.
That is where, based on my feelings about how everything's been going, where we should probably check first. It doesn't seem like a good form for the Damp Nuts to be holding the girl on their property, because if she were found on their property, that'd be super mega ultra bad.
I mean, she could be held in the Undercellar.
Under their property?
If I was going to hold someone there, that's where I would.
In plain sight.
No, inside. Because if I recall, you had said that, or maybe you didn't say that, I'm like.
Sure. Sure, I said it.
But the fact they weren't receiving food deliveries and.
Oh yeah, because we went to me and Gerald went to, I'm sorry, me and Conall went to there and we talked to the guards and they were like, oh yeah, we received.
We could go to 18 before we go to 30.
It's going to be a longer way, so maybe we should just take a peek.
I will say we are about 10 minutes past the sailor's knot.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right. And on that, I will describe to you the various business that occurs. So, when it hits 7:59 in game time, the cellar door opens, and quite a few, I would say 4 merchants, sort of step out from the bathroom door. Right?
I avert my eyes. I'm listening, but I avert my eyes.
Mm-hmm. They are cloaked, and they sort of pull their hats down over their faces so that you don't see who they are. Among them is someone who is dressed in what seems to be, oddly enough, a police uniform. You can barely see their face.
Sure.
Roll me insight. Why not? Let's see. Let's see
No,
if you guys
4 guys chilling in a bathroom, 1 feet apart.
Is it not for us? I don't know.
I got an 11.
You got an 11? Mm-hmm.
I'm bad at people today.
Oh shit! I got a 19.
All right.
17.
I mean,
17.
that makes complete sense.
Listen, I have a 0. I have a 0 modifier. for
Right, but
wisdom.
you work here.
Fair enough.
Captain Bach Kaw, this is not the first time you've seen this individual since you've been here in Baldur's Gate in working with the, he works with the Thieves Guild. There's special arrangements between the Thieves Guild and Inspector Cassius Blanco.
Son of a bitch!
I almost asked if it was him. But he, he exits and
Does he see me or anything? Does he not acknowledge me at all?
I don't think he acknowledges anyone as evil.
He doesn't see us.
And there's like,
If he does, he doesn't say anything or no.
Okay.
If I wave, will he acknowledge me?
Has he met?
If you
Have they
wave,
met?
I'm going to assume you wave. He sees you waving. I don't think she's met him yet, but he.
I don't wave. I do a little curtsy bow thing.
Okay, he sort of like that takes his attention, like who the fuck knows me? And he looks over and he sees you two, and then he
I'm
just.
sipping my spiked orange juice.
I'm wondering where my spiked orange juice went. Thank you.
And he gives a little wink and he walks up out of the Undercellar.
Oh.
Oh, why?
And Nine Fingers Keen is standing in the doorway to the bathroom.
Yeah,
And she looks at you.
yeah.
And she says, "Oh, well, bathroom's open. Anyone else have to go?"
God, and I run clutching my ass.
That's a free action, I guess. What the fuck?
Wait, why didn't you wink at me?
He winked generally at the group.
There was nothing general. It was very pointed towards him.
Oh my god.
I'm the one that curtsied.
I walk towards the bathroom and I say, I gotta adjust the sails.
Nine Fingers rolls her eyes. She's used to your metaphors and the way you speak.
I give her a wink with my red eye.
And I guess we
You do.
proceed.
Yeah,
As you all know, you're not stepping into the bathroom. You're stepping into the actual drink, wine, ale cellar of the Undercellar.
I mean,
bar.
it's a surprise to me, but like, I'm
Yes, of course.
also as I walk past, I nod because this is my first time seeing this person.
Of course, yes.
Really him?
Nine Fingers Keen is like, I thought so, I guessed. He's actually short. Not a fake short, like some people try to be.
I thought you'd be taller. You look taller in the picture.
So, you all find yourselves standing in this sort of ale housing room, the cellar, I guess we're going to say for simplicity. There is no other exit in front of you other than the door behind you. Mm-hmm. Nine Fingers Keen shuts that door. She walks over to a keg centered in the center of the back wall and takes the tap, turns the tap a certain way, rotates the tap in the upside down, takes the tap like a knob, and rotates the entire front of the keg a certain number of turns, and then pulls the keg open like a door.
We see all of this plainly.
All of it plainly, yes.
Okay.
And all the whole time I'm like nudging Ron, like it's really cool. It's watch.
It opens to a stone tunnel inside of the keg,
Okay.
which leads back into darkness.
I cast, I bring out my rapier,
Mm-hmm.
which is my spellcasting focus,
Nice.
and I cast Dancing Light.
All right. So now you have what you can see is it is quite damp in this area, and soon as the lights sort of bleed into past this little stone tunnel, it widens out to a carved hallway, and then the carving gives way to rough-hewn stone cave wall. those of you with dark vision that can see, it's very dim. You can barely make it out. But there's a dead end, and there's a left and a right.
I think we want to go left here, right? Because we're at 4 at this point. Or?
9 fingers keens. You are essentially you are between 3, 4, and 28.
Okay.
So 9 fingers keen says whichever way you want to go. You can go. I can lead you a certain way through 28 to start you at that area, or you can go left and you can run into Winky Elmer and see what he's learned.
Yes.
Winky Elmer.
I remember Winky. Is he expecting dinner guests?
He's always expecting dinner guests.
I don't want to eat the soup.
Hey,
That's
I like that soup.
Well, it comes recommended. Maybe
You
we
got
should
something against...
He's got a weak constitution. He's a big guy.
No. Winky's is quite a generous host.
Good.
We're not hungry.
Good. We're going to Winky's.
He scares me.
Come on, lads.
Thank you.
And,
He bows again in the
my lady.
Point of order. When we talk to the sewer administrator,
Yes, the Lammer Van Vamper. Yes.
Want to take
I
up
don't
their
remember.
beer?
The master of sewers and underways.
Yes.
Because I want
did she have a notion of where the blockage would be?
In the northwest
So like,
portion.
No.
oh, good.
Fuck! Oh! Fuck!
That's why I'm leading.
Yeah. Okay. Why are you pointing northeast?
I don't know, because I don't know how to read maps. No.
Do you know how to read?
Yes.
So, which one's Winky? 28 or 4?
4 is Winky Elmer's
Gotcha.
estate.
To the left.
Okay. So as we're walking there, I kind of like, settle up beside the captain. And I was like, Captain Bach Kaw, I want to ask, because I saw you cast a spell back there. Did you learn magic from your sword also?
This does strike you as a unique statement.
Yeah.
Question, I should say.
No, son. My da taught me how to do a few things, especially with the crew that gets a little rowdy. Sometimes you need to fuck with their minds a little bit.
That makes perfect sense. Very tactical.
But no, my sword, my rapier, it's just the way I focus those kinds of spells.
Wait, are you a sailor? What are you?
So yeah,
You're a pirate!
I am a pirate. I guess I should say I am for the audience. Captain Bach Kaw. His background is a pirate or sailor, I guess technically, if you want to get specific.
Yeah.
And I am a rogue bard. So yes, I'm a rogue. Yeah, I'm a rogue bard. More specifically, I guess even more as I am a swashbuckler. And I'm a swashbuckler, and I am. I'm also a College of Swords bard.
Oh,
nice.
Dude.
Your blade.
You know that.
Yes.
That
Yes.
tracks. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, that's I also focus magic through my sword, but I just sort of started happening one day. So I was just wondering if maybe the same thing had happened to you.
We're
Moving on.
these are strange lands, as I'm sure you know.
Aye.
Aesthetics.
Oh. Okay.
It doesn't work. It's just like.
No, I get it. Okay, so we're going
To Winks.
to Winks.
To Winky Elmer's. So, as you... Whee! 1 second. As you enter away from the torchlight of the cellar, the light does seem to dim in here.
Of course.
Can everyone see?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, all
We
right.
have dark vision.
In darkness. So,
Most of us do.
if you need more light, please say.
Of course.
I'm just setting a tone. There we go. And that's the dancing light. There's your Maddie. So,
Lots of
you travel down, I'd say about 20, 30 feet down this hallway, and you are greeted by a man hunched over, wearing what looks to be a potato sack. His hair is wild, a dirty blonde. He has a full face of hair, just a beard grown outrageously long, hunched over, wearing a potato sack, and he hobbles up to you and he says,
Who wishes to visit the estate of Master Elmer?
I do.
Yes. Are you his dinner guest?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. He's been expecting you.
and he hobbles back into the darkness. Do you follow him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So your lights continue down this hallway. They illuminate a 15-foot by 15-foot cleared out cave. In the corner, you see just a pile of trash made out to look like a little tent. Ront, you can tell these are old copies of the Eye of the Beholder. Sort of Gazette deal, and also copies of the Adventure Times that seem to be paper mache together into some weird lodging hut sort of thing. You don't know with what. I wouldn't question it. Also, in another corner, you see a pile of, let's just say, unidentifiable sludge in one corner. In another corner, you see a small pool of water that has a small trickle from the ceiling trickling into it. There is one pot and one fork. Fork made out of wood is sitting next to it, and what looks like maybe a sponge sitting next to that. And that is all that is in this fucking cave.
I don't vomit.
There you go.
Ront is singularly consumed with whatever the binding agent is for the paper mache, because that's a lot of weight.
Yep.
That's a lot of weight. How do you keep all that fucking magazine up so that you can sleep under it without it just falling on you?
I'll tell you that as soon as you enter onto this abode, the smell is pungent and just disgusting.
I don't vomit.
There you go. Okay. It hits your face. It smells completely unsanitary. I'm going to let your There you go. I'm going to let your imagination run wild as to exactly what it is, and we're just going to leave it at that.
The New York subways in the summertime.
There you go. That's exactly a good analogy.
Trash day after months.
Okay, paper trache.
Paper trash. So, Winky's,
Excuse me, Master Elmer, we have visitors for you.
and then Winky hobbles into the little paper trash hut. He hobbles back out, and it takes upon what you believe is a caricature of the demeanor of a rich person.
What we believe is.
What you believe is the caricature of the demeanor of a rich person.
Okay.
And he walks out, and he says,
My noble guests, welcome to my estate.
and he spreads his arms wide. He still has a hunched back. And
He hasn't changed into a different potato sack.
Didn't even change. No, wait, he does. He changes into a different potato sack, and on it is drawn in. You don't know what material he used to draw, but on it is drawn a bow tie.
Your Grace.
Yes, welcome to my estate. Tonight we shall be having a wonderful soup as the first course,
Oh, wonderful.
and then that's it.
Aye, Wink! Long time no see.
Bach Kaw! Good to see you again. Welcome.
Always a pleasure, my
It's
friend.
always good to have you over for soup.
Of course. You know I am a big fan of your soup.
Yes. Shall we go into the dining hall?
Aye, lead the way.
So, Winky Elmer leads you down a tunnel that exits sort of to the southwest of his little cleared out area of this place.
Sure, okay.
He go and just to let you know that was all encompassed of 4 and 5, all that what I just described to you. He takes you to a door, and it is a steel door with iron bars and a little window. You can tell that there's like a million fucking locks on this door, and they're all. You can't undo the door from the side you are on. But Winky Elmer walks up, knocks on the door, and says,
Petunia, we have dinner guests.
and he waits a minute,
You'll like her. She's really nice. Best soup, best everything.
and then the little window behind in the top next to the bars sort of slides away, revealing a face of an elderly half-elf. She looks down at Winky, she looks at all of you, her eyes are beady and piercing, and her eyebrows are just flared out, just on fleek.
I wave.
And she sort of narrows her eyes as she looks at you. You can't see the below her eyes. It's a very thin little slot where this little window that's barred is. She looks at Winky and she says,
Who are these people? What the fuck do they want?
They're dinner guests, Petunia.
Are they trustworthy?
Well, yes, they're my dinner guests.
Fine. I guess you're not with them.
and then you see her close the little window, and you hear her unlatching like 30 locks on the door.
Aye, before she opens the door, don't say anything about the mole.
Can you say anything about raccoons?
Aye.
Okay.
She opens the door, and there is a mole dead center on her nose, and it is just huge. And there are 2 hairs sticking out. It almost looks like if a cat whiskers, but you can't not stare at it.
So Hal, immediately bursts out, oh, that kind of lock. We were talking about the locks. Very, very good craftsmanship.
Many locks. Big locks.
Yes.
Does it resemble any diseases that Ront would have read about?
Nope. It seems congenital.
Okay.
Just seems congenital.
I take out some parchment and write a note, and then I put back the parchment.
Okay.
Very nice to meet you, too.
Well, I hope so. I hope it's very nice to meet you, as long as you haven't been discussing in talks with them.
Oh, heavens no.
I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Just been talking about your soup.
What about my soup? What have you been talking about my soup?
Comes very
You haven't been giving away my secrets, have you?
No, just it comes very
Petunia.
recommended. That's all.
I would never. Your soup is the closest thing that has brought me home in a very long time.
I would hope not, because they would kill for my recipe. Them, they would.
And I would fight them.
I know you would. You're trustworthy-ish.
Do I know her at all? I don't know
This
her at all.
lady is absolutely unknown to you.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
I'm staring directly at her mole.
She doesn't address you.
Okay.
You know that picture of the tiny blonde child just being like,
Oh yeah, in the car where she's like,
With the glitter.
yeah, that's Ron. That's Ron. Just back and forth at people, just like.
Please, Petunia, if you would be so kind.
Yes. Let's go to the table.
So she leads you into this room. It's an empty, crafted stone room. On your right, there is a completely barred, sort of like jail bars, I would say, running from the floor to the ceiling of the threshold of this doorway. It doesn't look like anything. Anything larger than a tiny creature could squeeze through these bars, and it leads off into darkness into the north. There is a doorway to the west, also a million fucking locks on it, and then a doorway to the south, also a million fucking locks on it.
I like how many locks are here.
Yeah.
I like being locked in.
Right. So, but Petunia apparently does. She takes out a ring of keys that there's barely any space on it, and one by one she goes to the door to the south, and she finds, without even having to second guess which key goes where, and unlocks the 30 locks on the southern door.
Are they just like boilerplate locks? Are any of them of any particular construction?
They're all of different construction. It seems as if they were put on these doors by her, by whatever lock she had maybe found or traded for, or was gifted to her, or brought to her from wherever she comes from.
So, just out of curiosity, on the map, where are we about now?
You are at number 6, and she's opening the door to number 7.
Okay.
That is correct. After about 3 minutes of unlocking, she opens the door. Inside, you see a heavily decorated room. No windows, obviously, you're still underground. Stone. There seem to be exotic furniture everywhere. There's brightly colored silks dangling from the ceiling. There's candles in various places of different shapes and designs. One candle sits inside the eye of a rather large skull of as yet identified creature. You can see there seems to be various pillows and ottomans about. You can also tell that there is the scent of incense in the air, which completely eradicates whatever pungent scent may be wafting in from Winky's estate, or is on Winky himself.
How far are we at this point from Winky's estate?
From Winky's estate? I would say it didn't take very long. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all kind of accurate distance between one another, as on the map.
Like
literally next door.
Dozens of feet?
Yeah, dozens of feet.
Okay, that tracks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as you walk in, you can actually see that there is a sitar against a wall.
Nope. Okay.
And you hear the music from that sitar being played as the strings are being plucked by an invisible force.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Okay. So.
Can I detect magic?
You sure? Yeah.
That's a ritual, so I don't have to.
That's fine. Yep.
10 minutes. Ish.
Without telling you what school this is, because I know that's what it is, I'm just going to give you the spell since you are a trained wizard. It is the spell Unseen Servant.
Oh, okay. Do I have it? No, I don't.
I do.
You know!
And it basically conjures a invisible...
An unseen servant.
Yeah, an invisible unseen servant that just does things forbidding.
I think it is.
It might be. I don't know.
So someone has to concentrate on it?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway.
I'll check.
Ruling pending. So there we go. But anywho, that's, you can think
is that
that's
Connell's cousin?
Ruling pending?
Wow.
Wow. Judgment pending. That's the paladin cousin. Judgment
it is.
pending.
Yes.
It is not concentration.
Okay. It is not concentration.
Yeah,
so there you go. But you can rightly assume.
But it only lasts an hour.
Ah.
So you can rightly assume that's what's playing the sitar right now.
Cute.
She leads you to a sort of low-lying table, the legs of which are not but a foot tall. It doesn't really sit, but like maybe a foot off the ground. And some pillows and ottomans that are sort of assorted around this table. She walks to a door in the west. You're currently in 7, by the way. She walks to 9. The door leading to 9. And she opens the door. There are drastically fewer locks on this door.
Yep.
But they're all unlocked currently. She opens it without having to do anything. And you can see briefly inside as she walks in a huge cauldron sitting in the middle of the room, and around it quite a few shelves just littered with ingredients, bottles of liquid, a pile of scrolls as you can see. But that's it. And then she sort of kind of shuts the door a little bit, not fully, but you sit there. Winky takes what you can assume is his usual seat because it's the dirtiest of the pillows, and you may think that she's just given up trying to wash that pillow and just says, Winky, you sit there all the time. And
Try to cast mending on that pillow.
It becomes only slightly cleaner.
Take it.
There you go.
If wherever I end up sitting, I will, politely move the cushion away and just sit on the floor.
Alright, fair
Just so I
enough.
don't damage it.
Fair enough. Cool. It is a stone floor, I will say, and there might be a throw rug or two on around.
Conall, I'll mend it. Conall,
okay.
I'll mend it. Or
There you go.
Conall, Gerald.
It is not unlike a Turkish design on these rugs.
Cool.
And after, I would say, a minute or two, she whistles a little bit. The sitar stops playing. You see the door just open by itself into the room where she was in. And out float these bowls of soup. Thank you, Mike. By the way. This is inspired by that.
Nice.
I'm gonna thank you. Give you credit for that. Wooden bowls of soup sort of float. No, fuck that. Copper bowls of soup just sort of float out and are laid brass, whatever. I guess the proper metal for holding that would be. Let's say brass for the sake of it right now.
Something that won't leach into the food.
Right, exactly. Something that will leach into the food. Maybe it's magically adorned. I don't know.
Wait.
There we go.
Okay.
So, and each bowl with a nice spoon of similar metal design, metallic make and design.
Not wooden and not one.
Not wooden and not one and not dirty. Still is placed properly on the table for you, and the soup looks and smells absolutely delightful.
Do we have napkins or any place setting?
No, it's just the bowl and the spoon.
I'll take out a kerchief then from like something and lay it on my lap.
Beautiful.
Wait. Would you like me to serve you first, or should we give the pleasure to the... his face is buried in the bowl. And he pulls out to see who's talking to him, and he's chewing on some bit of meat that seems to be in his bowl, and it's slightly hanging out of his mouth, and his beard is just drenched now in soup. And he's... Very good. Well, enjoy.
And it's delicious. It has tomato base, cinnamon accents. You think it's probably some form of lamb or other mutton-based meat product.
I'm not eating. I'm fascinated by the spoon.
Nice.
Because it's shiny
It is a shiny spoon.
and rose goldy.
Ooh, yes.
I'm feeling up the bowl and the utensil and trying to determine its make.
I would say it is of Kalimshan design.
Okay.
I'm just like going to town.
There you go.
Every minute of it. In fact, Thiathel, if you're not going to eat that,
I just pour the soup into yours. And I look at the bowl.
I know.
Do you know what this is?
Is it the same bowl?
It's the same bowl.
it's delicious.
I mean, I figured it's of Kalimshan design.
What is that?
It is a country to the south. Is more arid.
Is it like human or?
It would. Yes, it does have human occupants. I would mostly human occupants. It is sort of a war-torn country at this moment.
It's fascinating that they can make something so lovely in such a short amount of time. You think that you only have 80 years on the planet, and you just live like this. It's fine.
Bach has already finished his soup.
There you go.
I'll eat the soup.
Did you taste the soup?
No, I'm staring at I'm entranced.
Okay.
It says in my notes, fixated by pretty things, and it's a pretty thing.
There you go.
I'm eating your soup.
All right, there you go. Take inspiration then. Go ahead. Mark down inspiration.
I have 2 inspiration.
No, you don't have two
only got
inspiration. You only got one.
No, I have 2.
You can only have one.
Yeah.
You can
You
gift
know-
it to someone else.
You know what? because I'm gonna give
No,
these guys and take it. I'm gonna break the rules this time because otherwise I would feel bad. Those of you who ate the soup, roll 1d4 and count those as temporary hit points.
Oh shit!
Because that would have been because I would have felt bad if I didn't give you.
Since I ate 2 portions, can I roll 2 and take the highest?
Yeah, sure. Yes, we'll take that.
Do you want me to just take
1.
Just take 2 inspiration.
Okay.
Yes.
I have 1 extra hit point.
I got 2. Because otherwise,
Which one did you roll? This one or this one?
This one.
I would
4.
feel bad that I didn't. It's just not
You
fair.
have 4.
I got 4 extra hit
Now,
points.
I rolled 2 1s.
Oh,
So I got
re-roll
1.
some. Re-roll one.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
They got it. That's how the dice fall.
Okay, so those are just temporary hit points, and I know at this level it's not that much, but still. Sure.